Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk Thinking Right out here in the lab. What I do for you. Part two for lesson we got to get through. The title is Qualifications of a Right Thinker. Those who fit and those who unfit. We're gonna get to the lesson, but let's finish up, get my little introduction there. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storyteller, start with a message, message in the story for life. Today I'm going from the book. If it's personal, if you feel like I'm talking about you, nope, I'm just reading from the book. If you fit the bill, wear the slipper, Cinderella. Let's go. 25 live by storytelling with a message. The message is in the story. If you think the story's about you, that's all right. It could be true, but that's all on you. Let's go. That's what I do. Right thinking, mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. That's what I do. Right thinking is a way of life, and it is a way of life for me. Through mental and spiritual discipline, daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is to get all right thinkers to do just that. Know thyself. It's for all of us to do. So join in the bandwagon. I appreciate you all. Let's go. But you have to have the answer for this question to this question for yourself. Know thyself. Do you know you? A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not, it's simple. You teach them, I appreciate you. That's what I do. What I do. It's for you. I got you. A person who knows not and believes that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows, but knows not that they know is asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to do just that. Wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows that they know is wise. Follow them. Why? All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers. Know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. I'm going to finish up this last part of this book. We were talking about qualifications of right thinkers, telling you those kind of people who fit, some who don't. Not my words, I'm in the book. So I finished up with to the extent, okay, equally unfit are those who live through what? Their relationships with someone else, which are deluded and they unfit, okay? And also unfit are those who live through what? Their jobs and see their worth through their career or occupations to the extent that they are crushed if they lose their job. Such personalities are what? Unfit for advanced spiritual practice, aka right thinking philosophy. And this the kind of people I don't particularly care for myself personally. Those who live vicariously through what? Their children. Them overbearing parents who got their children's life already figured out because they won't live through them. Sorry, get back, get back, get back. Who vicariously live through their children, or others who what? Who look for approval from family members or society who are also not fit. Those who do not understand why those things listed above are not compatible with spiritual maturity or right thinking philosophy, you are not fit for right thinking philosophy also. We're on the way to, yeah, okay, that's why you failed. Quick lesson. When Luke was in Return of the Jedi and Yoda was teaching him how to mentally move stuff out, and he had the spaceship crash into a swamp. Luke was doing his thing. He was getting better. One day he tried it and he failed. He said, it's impossible. He went and sat down, soaked like a little kid, like most people do. Man, Yoda said, this is why I'm who I am. He pulled that ship up, pulled it over, set it down, and Luke said, I can't believe that. He said, yeah, that's why you fail. Okay? Pay attention, understand, and learn. Things can be done. Okay? That's the power that we have. God's image. Let's go. Quick lesson. Hope you can make the point. Hope I got the point across. I got one more page to go through, and then this lesson, I can move on. This is something else. I got more for you. I'm in the book now. Pyramids are coming. Okay, here you go. Now, those who have severe mental aberrations and abnormalities like schizophrenia are not qualified to become priests or priestess in the order. Why? To be effective, the teachings need to be approached by a person who is reasonably well adjusted and highly virtuous. That's why, by worldly standards, a good person in a good position would do the right thing. A bad person in position, you already know we're going with that. That's what makes you unfit to be a right thinker. Those people who search for what? Tranquility and sanity through what? Spirituality in a financial way or as a means to escape from the world because they cannot handle the stress of life will also not handle the pressures of authentic spiritual life lessons. If you can't deal with reality from your perspective, you can't advance, you can't move on, you won't make a good right thinker. And here again, those people with mental complexes like insecurities, none of us had those, self-doubt, low esteem, self-esteem, defeatist nature, fault finding nature, etc., will not succeed either. Why? Because they are complexing their own mind, making their own mind insecure, sabotaging themselves, and because finding fault in themselves. Those kind of people, optimistic, pessimist. Pessimists see everything negative, bad. If you're pessimistic, might not be a good one though, okay? Those who cannot, and other people, now those who cannot restrain the emotions, the ego, or feel justified in what? Hurting others or take pleasure in causing distress in others cannot succeed in these teachings because they are causing distress in themselves through what? These actions. If you feel good about mistreating people, you're a different person. If you have no conscience, you got no empathy, compassion, sympathy for others, then you're in the right thinking. You know, you ain't my kind of people. To just keep using people, put them in uncomfortable positions with their situations in life, and you just fronting, you're not a good dude. Likewise, those who put down others in order to feel important and those who enslave others for personal gains or unrighteous reasons are also unfit to practice my teachings effectively. I cannot deal with you phony, fake people who only perpetrating be good when you're really not. Won't work. Can't use you. And again, those who are covetous, vain, prideful, are caught in the web of what? Worldly delusions and will surely lead themselves to what? Worldly entanglements, frustrations, and disappointment, and will not succeed in my teachings also. I'm just trying to explain to you what kind of people won't survive in our philosophical concepts of right thinking philosophy. She taught Nano, semi we telling you these kind of people won't work. I agree 100%. That's why made it the lesson. I'm saying, oh, I need to get this out. So that's why I'm in the book doing this lesson for you. Let's go. And those who are agitated easily by words get a thicker skin of others. They believe, demands, criticism, or ideas lack the character of what? Stamina to pursue what? The path. You will deviate. If you're weak-minded, if you're weak constitution, then people see you doing something and they don't agree with it, you might give up. Why? Because, well, they don't really. Intestinal fortitude, stay on the path, stay focused. Again, those who are bothered, watch this, by changes in the weather or by their own moods will not succeed in my teachings. All that moody, you depending on what day it is, how you feel, I can't deal with that. And nobody wants to deal with that. Simple. Okay? It's keeping it real. And you got those who believe they are on earth to what? Suffer, will not succeed. Also, if you hear feeling down about yourself, you not good. You're not the right thing. That's all. Here we go. I got more. And those who value sentimental egoistic attachment. Here you go. Possessions, things, okay? And relationships above righteousness, order, and truth. Sounds like somebody I know. The teachings will not work, or you will not succeed in the teaching because it won't work what you're doing. Okay? And those who attempt, watch this, to manipulate others, know about them too, with what? Emotionality, drama, CEO, or sexuality, or what? Very degrading personalities and are not fit to practice my teachings either. Again, I'm just pointing out the kind of people that won't make it right thinking philosophy. It won't work for them. They won't work right thinking. Why? Because the tendencies that you have are against what we represent. That's why we example. And I'm telling you about everybody I'm reading about. I know all these kind of people. I know those. Watch the, here you go. We ain't done. Those who want to enjoy life by practicing the teachings and also eat, drink, and be merry in order to have the best of what? Both worlds? Really? Will not again succeed. Those who want to believe that sexuality is God-given right, here we go, and should be pursued without restrictions are wasting their time pursuing the teachings. Why? If you think two men can populate the world or two women, you on the wrong page. Simple as that. So that lifestyle that you promoting takes itself out. It's self-destruct, self-defeating. Why? You're gonna get caught cheating and your life is paying them dues. Why? You can't reproduce. You can't repopulate. So moving on. I don't get stuck in that nonsense. Moving on. But y'all, I do gay. No. Church don't want you. We don't want you. Right thinking, don't need gays. No problem about your sexual. If that's your preference, be my guest. But don't bring that here. No. Put it back in the closet. They would better, watch this, they would better spend their time pursuing, watch this, sexual liaisons without the burden of guilt from the regulations imposed by my teachers. Again, you won't live up to the scrutiny that I'm going to put you under. I have not lain with same sex. If you do that, that counts you out. That's like becoming a Muslim and eating pork. It don't work. So that's all, just a concept. And here we go. Now you got those who believe in capitalist agenda and also be spiritual. Really? Are following a deluded notion and will not also succeed in my teachings. Those who do not trust in the teachings or think that somehow life should become easier for them without effort. Just be professing, or just here you go. Hey, just here we go. My favorite part. Just by professing to believe in the teachings will not succeed either. I don't need your belief. Oh yeah. Those who hold on to resentments, grudges, or animosities against others for any reason will what? Remain at that level of animal instinct, combating with others like waves in the ocean that crash on each other. The aforementioned deficiencies disqualifies a person from succeeding as a practitioner of the teachings, and more so than anything else, right thinking philosophy, you will not succeed in the spiritual concepts that we set forth for you. So I'm sorry. No problem. Hey, where you go? It's not discriminating. We all have rules. You have to abide by the rules. That's all. I got rules too. Principles that I live by, ethics too. Morals that I live by. Remember Johnny? Okay, here you go. Wrapping it up. Ooh, okay, I'm just about to just got enough time. Those who do not accept their imperfections and the imperfections of others, or rationalize their own mediocrity and failures in life, are also not fit to advance in my teachings. Those who, oh, what? There we go again. Those who obsess over being perfect or over the miseries of life will be what? Ill prepared to practice my teachings, and their movements will counteract their stated goals in life. If you want this and you don't do that to get that, it won't work. To claim you want something and don't do what you need to do to get it is ridiculous. Those who do not accept the opinions of others egoistic people, but rather become angry with them for what? Not agreeing with their own opinions. Sound like a bunch of Christians. And guess what? They get angry for not agreeing with their own opinions or dogmatics, aka Christians, religious, who will surely develop what? Strife, agitation in life. If you follow a dogma, that's fine. That's on you. Nice to. But after self-examination and following the path of truth, it requires what? Spiritual discipline, along with the personality and a forgiveness of its feebles and failures, as well as those of others. I know my own personal misfortune. I can live with them. When you do that, understand people have misfortunes and misgivings. I don't have a problem with those either. That's why I'm a good candidate for what I'm doing. Watch this, even though a mistake may be made, even without realizing it at first, once the error is discovered, it cannot be swept under the rug, so to speak, or overlooked. It must be acknowledged, and an aspirant must take full responsibility and action to what? Resolve to discover the source of the error and improve in the future. Making the same mistake over and over again we know is insanity. We teach once is enough. I went to prison one time. I did a bunch of dumb stuff one time. It didn't take too many times to figure out. No, I quit cheating one time. Anything that is not good, if you find out, you should change it. That's all I'm saying. If you know you and you know what you're doing ain't good, and you don't change you, what that say about you? Don't blame nobody else for what you do and don't do. Sorry about that. The first responsibility of an aspirant is to remember, learn, pay attention, and practice Maya, aka right thing philosophy. In the Maya philosophy, the most important injunction is the 42 precepts of Maya, aka is what? Not lying. That's one of the criteria of dealing with people in a respectful and righteous manner. Lying to people don't make you a good person. Understand that. That's practicing Maya, being honest and forthright with others. But if you lie to yourself, we already know you don't lie to everybody else. Now, that not lying, that practice begins, watch this, with not lying to oneself. Those who allow themselves to live deluded worldly lives will also lead a deluded priestly life. Precisely, will lead deluded precise lives as what? As well. They're going to live their lifestyle, what they think, how they feel. So this is why, watch this, the personality must be what? Purified. Get excited. Do what? Maya, aka right thing philosophy. First, before proceeding on any spiritual path, or Netarism, or any spiritual tradition for that matter. Otherwise, the person should what? Remain in the circular world and pursue their own desires until they have reached a level of what? Maturity, sufficient enough to recognize what delusions of the real world and the physical world and the pleasures and distractions. Those who propose to take up the advanced lifestyle of what? Right thing philosophy or the Netarian clergy should strive to listen, implement the injunctions of, I'm pointing to my thing on the wall, my plaque on the wall, my philosophy plaque, and the admonition of the sages, what? To steer clear of the unfit, immature personalities, and to keep company with what? The wise, the sage, and the virtuous aspirants who are sincerely making an effort to see on the spiritual path. I have a few of my students who I feel that way about. Why? Because they're sincerely on the path of bettering themselves. I got nothing but respect for them. And my last lesson here is the teachings recognize that there are no perfections in human existence. Even sages have negative aspects. Yeah, I do. However, Sage do not have negative tendencies. Again, the higher self is in control of them. Spiritual discipline keeps me in due bounds. Virtue is the tendency towards what? Righteousness, to make the righteous choice and not the choice based on my egoistic desires. I'm about to jump out my seat. Prejudices or greed. Thus, in order to become sagely, listen to this, the aspirants need to what? Tend towards truth and order instead of desire and chaos. If I fulfilled my ego, if my ego had to say something, I would have other issues to deal with. Why? Because I would do what it tells me to do. But because I am a righteous brother, I changed and I'm using my spiritual disciplines, I'm better for that. Now, this is more important. Watch this. For those who aspire to qualify for right thinking philosophy, they need to exercise more self-control, more vigilance over what? Your ego personality, and work harder to what? Purify your mind so as to eradicate the power of negative Satanian thoughts within yourself. Then the movement towards righteousness will be effortless, and the path of enlightenment will be clear. I can see clearly now. I hope I cleared up your vision. Hopefully you can see clear too. Trust me. Do what I tell you to do. Follow through. You'll be fine. I'm out. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I appreciate you.